Oh yeah, that's a cute one. I remember that. Wow. It was awesome. Yeah, it was just great. I mean, a daughter and then have a son. I mean, it was awesome. Your mom had one miscarriage before Sarah, and it was so funny because it was neat. You know, you're proud of having a daughter and a son. I mean, that just you can't even express uh, the joy of that. I mean, my goodness, God here blessed us with two wonderful children. It was really cool. It it was amazing. I'm trying to think of where this was. I don't know if that was at a hospital or somewhere. I bet you it was. Well, it was, man, that's, I don't have a one thing. I mean, it was the first thing that comes to mind is stuff to pass down. You know, I mean, whether you're a boy or a girl, you know, just because you were a boy, you know, if you think, oh yeah, we'll do all kinds of different things together, you know, but that doesn't always happen. You always have to find, you know, different things to be able to have that time. But I think it was neat to be able to pass on your name, you know. But to me, it was just enjoyable to be able to have a child to just share stuff with and enjoy them and watch them grow up. And you know, because it is hard. I mean, it's like, you know, they're little and you enjoy those things, and then they're crying, trying to figure out. But a lot of times I was gone. I was gone 5-6 days at a time, you know, basically 5 days, you know. So it was like I had Saturday, Sunday, and then I left Monday afternoon. So there's not a lot of time to do those things. To me, it was to pass on, but it was just to enjoy one another. Well, it was hard and it wasn't hard because I knew what I had to do. You know, I asked God to help me to do the best for my family and to do what it takes. And going on Sleeper Team was one of those things where you would make more money and your mom didn't have to work, but it was a sacrifice, and that was something you had to do. Was not like, oh, I never was beaten up like, oh, I can't make it, because that's what it was. You know, you could beat yourself up, and there was all kinds of things I missed, all things I don't even remember, but I can't go back to that. You know, I can't get myself down. It was hard. I mean, even if you were home every day, you'll still only have a certain amount of time. If you only had 3 or 4 hours in the night, okay, as opposed to all day Saturday, all day Sunday, and half a Monday, because I remember I'd get you guys on the bus. When your mom went back to work, I'd get you guys on the bus. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, that's funny. I remember that. That's cute. I'm trying to think if, well, there's the bus right there. That is your first day of school. What's interesting was I remember is your bicycle, is trying to ride your bike. You know, just helping you to realize that you could ride the bike without the training wheels. That was a struggle. You know, it worked out. I was thinking at the house, you know, be able to get you guys on the bus, not every day, but you know, the days that I was home, and do that. That was fun. It's funny. It looks like you're holding your books over your head, but it's the red car in the background. And one of the greatest memories I remember is that you would go around and you would go, "You buffin? You buffin? Well buffin," you know, and it just stuck. Oh, I don't care who it was, you'd go up to them, and to me that was that, you know, everybody has different traits, you know, but you had something special. And you know, the thing that I knew that, you know, when we went to church camp, we played basketball, you know, and had a good time. But, you know, you were very vocal and very open. I think by going to Ida Sioux, that really helped you a lot, because you were around all kinds of typical kids and non-typical, and none of that bothered you. You were just, you know, it wasn't something, and you were just friendly with everybody, that you had a joy. You know, you were a joy to be around, and that you just had that, you weren't very temperamental. You're pretty even keeled with those things. Well, I would say distinctively when we were at church camp, And I don't know who the pastor or whoever he was speaking, but I remember to this day that you got up and you said that God called me to be a pastor. And you said it in front of everybody. You're like, hey, I said, God spoke to me and he said that he wanted me to be a pastor. And I was like, I couldn't even hold myself together. But it showed me that doesn't matter how old you are, that God can speak to somebody and he has plans. And I knew from that day that, because I remember a time when your mom was really sick, and I know you were nervous because I was on the road, and I said, you need to pray for your mom. I said, he was like, I don't know. I was like, you can do it. I know you can. I said, I know that you can do those things. And you were kind of nervous with that, but I knew that you had that confidence. I knew that, God was working in you. And, so to me, that's what it was. That was to me the turning point. To believe in someone is not detrimental to their actions sometimes or how they feel, because if I believe in you as a parent, I don't just believe in you as a parent, I believe in you because God was doing something in your life, and I knew that I had to be an encourager, because if you're down or something didn't come out right. I'm trying to think of some circumstances where you got embarrassed or something, and I was like, hey, it's okay, don't worry about it, But I remember when, I think it was Logan who caught a fish, and you were so upset, you just started crying and crying, and I was like, what's wrong? And back then I didn't really have a lot of patience. I let anger get to me a lot because I didn't know how to deal with certain things. I was like, it's okay. I said, it's okay. And then I can't remember what I said. You decided to make your own reel, and I was like, this is so amazing. It wasn't about catching the fish. You were upset because he caught one and you didn't. Boy, you made that, and it was that bottle, and you found us. We found a stick. You're like, what if I made my own fishing rod? I'm like, yeah, that'd be kind of cool. I'm like, you're not fishing, but you're doing something. That was a funny moment because you were so upset, and then you were so proud, and so you had such a hard time sleeping that night because of the frogs. Oh, you were so upset. Oh, make them stop. Like, I can't. It was like, and you felt like you're up forever. So finally you get up, and they left, and you said, hey, can we stay again? I was like, yeah, that sounds good. So we stayed another night, just you and I, Either we got up or that next day we went out because, see, the motor broke. Something happened with the engine, and you and I were out on one. I caught one bass. It was only about like that big. And I can't remember if you reeled it in, you might have reeled it in. But I remember you said something about, oh yeah, this is fun. I really like doing it. It's okay, Dad. You'll get the motor fixed, So you were always encouraging too. As young as you were, you're like, oh yeah, and it was just, she said she picked the biggest one, I was like, okay, because I always said I didn't want to have to bend over to pet a dog. Yeah. And he was young. I mean, he was a good dog. I don't remember him chewing on different things. Well, it was good for you because it was good for responsibility. You could make him do something. Sarah, he wouldn't listen to Sarah for nothing. Jake, come call him, and you would do that. But you'd go out there and clean the dog poop up, and you would do that. But he wasn't allowed on the furniture, but we'd try and do it for Sarah. Try and take him for walks. We had good times together. We looked so much alike, and we just had a good time together. It was fun. Oh, we'd do all kinds of, I don't have a lot of memories of stuff, but the pictures bring back those things. That was a fun time. The funniest thing is, remember when we brought you home, we asked Sarah, like, what do you think of your little brother? And she goes, baby, go bye-bye. I was like, at that young of an age, she was like, get rid of him. I don't want him. I'm jealous, but that was so funny. And I was like, oh my goodness, because she didn't, the attention, it was just, I don't even know if it was a day. I think it was like as soon as we brought him home to do that, instead of being like, oh, this is great. She's like, baby, go bye-bye. And I was like, oh my goodness. Yeah. Well, I had to say that your mom did most of it because I was gone. It was really hard. I mean, that's probably the hardest part because you're not there at a daily basis, and then when you get home, you want to rest. The thing is that, you want your kids to succeed, but the greatest thing was that, we enjoyed each other's times, the little time we had, you know. But you know, through all the difficulties and everything, I mean, you turn out to be a great young man. You know, you have great aspires, inspiring for different things and great skills and stuff. And we still enjoy one another, you know. I mean, it shows you that through tragedies, you still can have healing and still can enjoy. You know, it doesn't have to be a permanent thing, but it's very hard too, because when you're driving truck like that, there's huge gaps. Weeks go just like that. Trying to just encourage you in every way, whether you're down or trying to figure something out, to be able to not just grin and bear it, but you know, pray for you, tell you to seek God to help you through these things, because you can't do it yourself. And I think that's the whole thing, is no matter what mistakes, is that we can do everything ourselves, but it's only when we see that we can't really do it and we ask God to help us. I think that's the most important. That was the one thing that I really believe that God was, you know, working through your life to help you see, you know, because you turned out to be a great, you're a good-looking guy, and you have a lot of great skills.